Newton police are adding another tool to their duty belt. The Axon Enterprise Taser 10 will now be a permanent fixture on the officer's side with the hopes of de-escalating a situation or stopping a threat. Newton News stopped by one of their training sessions to find how it all works.
On the ground, show me your hands. Right.
Since the beginning of June, active supervisors within the Newton Police Department have been training on the new high-tech, less than lethal Axon Enterprise Taser 10.
The Tasers is another tool for us. It's a less lethal tool. It's been shown to protect officers from injury as well as protect the public that we're interacting with from injury. It prevents us from having to use lethal force. It's one more option on our tool belt to de-escalate things and use less lethal force.
Training is required to use the Taser with an 8-hour class split between the classroom and hands-on scenarios.
We have our officers come out and we run them through various scenarios that you may end up in out on the street. Whether that's an armed encounter, somebody who's physically resisting. So it's real-world scenarios that we'll be running our officers through and giving them a chance to practice using the Taser.
While firearms are not typically used in Newton, they are as a last resort. And with the new Tasers, there are benefits to help de-escalate a situation.
One of the benefits is there's a 40-yard standoff, or 40 feet standoff distance. So if somebody was armed with baseball bat, a knife, we're able to engage them from a further distance. Where right now our current less lethal options are pepper spray and a baton, and we have to be in closer proximity to use any of those. So this gives us more distance before we have to resort to using a firearm.
So what happens when a person is tased?
It's a two-shot system. So one shot aims to go in the upper part of your body and one in the lower body, and it sends an electromagnetic current which forces your body to lock up and tenses up all your muscles. So when that happens, it prevents you from being able to resist, it prevents your movement, and it allows us to come in and safely place you into handcuffs without risking being in a physical altercation.
And what makes this Taser better than older versions?
So this Taser is one of the newer ones, and it's called the Taser 10. So what this allows you to do is there's 10 applications for it. So the initial shot doesn't engage the electricity. It's not till the second prong goes in where it connects the current and starts putting the electricity through. So the Taser 10 has 9 additional prongs so that if you were to misfire or hit somewhere on the clothing where it wasn't effective, you have the opportunity to re-engage with another shot from the Taser.
Tasers have not been a part of the Newton Police's belt because of the expense in purchasing and maintaining.
So that was something that we got a grant through, which is why right now it's just the supervisors. The other thing is with unions and negotiating, the supervisors union was the first one to negotiate in the Tasers, which is why we're being trained first.
Soon, everyone in the Newton Police Department will be trained on the Taser 10s once more grant money comes in. No date has been set as of yet. In the meantime, the new tool could prove to be very useful for everyone.
It gives you a good standoff distance. 40 feet's a pretty good distance. Gives you the availability to find cover, to put objects in between you and who you're dealing with. So hopefully that verbal de-escalation can continue and that you don't have to use it. But it's just one more tool in our tool belt to keep people safe and hopefully lower the risk of people getting injured in physical confrontations.
Jen Adams, Newton News, West Newton.